What if everything you believe is a lie? It's an unsettling thought, isn't it? To think that the very foundation of your understanding of the world might be built on falsehoods. But what exactly is belief? It's a tricky concept. Beliefs are not facts. They are not inherently true or false. Beliefs are our personal truths, the stories we tell ourselves about the world. We cling to our beliefs fiercely. They give us comfort, security, a sense of identity. But what happens when those beliefs are challenged? Do we welcome new information with open arms? Often we don't. We dig in our heels, we double down. This is known as belief perseverance. It's our tendency to cling to our beliefs even in the face of contradictory evidence. Think about it. Have you ever had a strongly held belief challenge? Did you immediately accept the new information? Or did you resist it, finding ways to rationalize your existing view? We've all been there. It's human nature. But this innate tendency to cling to our beliefs can be dangerous. It can blind us to the truth. It can leave us vulnerable to manipulation. Our beliefs shape our perceptions, our interpretations, our interactions with the world. If our beliefs are flawed, our entire reality becomes skewed. So, how do we know what to believe? How do we navigate a world awash in misinformation, disinformation, and outright lies? It begins with questioning. Question everything. We like to think of ourselves as rational beings. We make decisions based on logic and evidence, right? Not always. The truth is, our brains are wired for cognitive efficiency, not necessarily accuracy. We take shortcuts. We rely on heuristics, mental rules of thumb to make sense of the world, and sometimes these shortcuts lead us astray. Confirmation bias is one such shortcut. It's our tendency to seek out and interpret information in a way that confirms our existing beliefs. We see what we want to see, we hear what we want to hear, and we dismiss anything that contradicts our worldview. This bias is reinforced by something called the availability heuristic. We tend to overestimate the likelihood of events that are easily recalled, often because they are vivid, emotional, or recent. For example, if we see several news stories about car accidents, we might start believing that car accidents are more common than they actually are. This interplay of cognitive biases creates a perfect storm for belief perseverance. We cling to our beliefs even when they're wrong because it's simply easier than confronting the cognitive dissonance of being wrong. But the cost of clinging to false beliefs can be high. It can lead to poor decision-making, strained relationships, and a distorted understanding of the world around us. Sometimes our collective memory plays tricks on us. We could swear something happened a certain way, but the evidence suggests otherwise. This is the Mandela effect, named after the widespread belief that Nelson Mandela died in prison in the 1980s, when in fact he lived until 2013. How can so many people share the same false memory? Some attribute it to glitches in the matrix, alternate timelines, or even government conspiracies. But the more likely explanation is far less sensational. Our memories are not perfect recordings of the past. They are reconstructive. Each time we recall a memory, we are essentially rewriting it, incorporating new information, biases, and even the influence of others. The Mandela effect highlights the fallibility of memory and the power of social contagion. When enough people believe something to be true, it takes on a life of its own, regardless of its factual accuracy. This phenomenon underscores the importance of critical thinking and independent verification. Just because everyone believes something doesn't make it true. From the moment we're born, we're bombarded with messages about how the world works. Parents, teachers, peers, and the media all contribute to our understanding of society, culture, and ourselves. This process of socialization is essential for our development. It teaches us how to behave, how to interact with others, and how to function in society. But socialization can also be a double-edged sword. It can lead us to internalize harmful stereotypes, embrace limiting beliefs, and accept social constructs as immutable truths. Take, for example, the concept of race. Race is not a biological reality. There is more genetic diversity within racial groups than between them. Yet we've constructed elaborate social hierarchies based on this arbitrary category, leading to centuries of discrimination, prejudice, and violence. Gender roles are another example of social constructs that limit our potential. From a young age, boys and girls are often taught different behaviors, encouraged to pursue different interests, and held to different standards. These arbitrary distinctions limit our choices, reinforce gender inequality, and prevent individuals from reaching their full potential. Challenging these ingrained social constructs requires critical thinking, empathy, and a willingness to question the status quo. We must be willing to dismantle the systems of oppression that are so deeply embedded in our society. Question everything.